going on, y'all? About to check out this video that's about Noah Samsen and Ethan Klein's legal drama. Let's get into it. I don't really rock with that Noah guy. I think that he's trash, but that's just my opinion. Shout outs to, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Lus. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but good content, good content. Really dissects all this law stuff.
I'm going to talk about Noah Samsen. He is currently live as I publish this video, raising money for his free speech lawsuit defense fund. Now, he's not the only one who has raised money, and many influencers, dozens, if not over hundreds of influencers have found this as an easy way to raise money. Now, reading what Noah has said, any funds and access, well, first of all, the fundraiser will be used to cover lawyer fees, pause, and any other expenses. What does that mean? No one knows. Any funds in excess of $200,000 goal will be donated to Palestinian aid. All money from the fundraiser will be donated once legal proceedings conclude. Now, if you know anything about legal proceedings, conclusion is not guaranteed to be in a timely fashion in a civil lawsuit, which this is. Now, are there any free or cheaper options for our good friend Noah in the state of California? And the answer is yes. You can use Law Help CA. Every state has something like this to search for pro bono programs and local legal aid organizations.
I never heard
What is a pro bono program? Well, every lawyer, at least I'm in New York, and every lawyer in New York has to do a certain amount of hours of pro bono work, which means for free.
I didn't know he was a New York lawyer. Well, hold on, let me get his contact information. So tell him to holler at me, man. Tell him to holler at me, man. I might have some work for him. I didn't know he was a lawyer in New York. Nigga, what? I might have some work for you, guy. Tell him, hit me up.
Of the most popular pro bono organizations is freedom of speech. For instance, the ACLU of Southern California or a similar local chapter would probably accept Noah's case. In fact, Noah,
is he doing a sleep stream currently?
Because he's in Los Angeles, has far more options than most people would in Texas or another state, especially regarding the ACLU. Now, he can also go to any law school. Most law schools will have free legal clinics, and these legal clinics are run by a law professor, and they use law students to gain practice. This is a really, really good way to get realistic practice.
I've heard about that.
So there are other options than paying the most expensive.
It's like going to a barber school to get a haircut, which I used to do when I was in a group home. It was cheaper.
Lawyer you'd
be sitting there for 2 hours, but it's cheaper.
Find to protect yourself from defamation. A local law school, local law professor would probably actually have more contacts and maybe even prior students of his that would take this case, especially given the fact that it's Noah Samsen. But instead, it seems like Noah's plan is to raise as much money as possible and then get on a bike and ask Hasan Piker, his dad, for more money. Now, will dad give her more money? I don't know.
Funny.
I mean, maybe the dad...
He hasn't given anyone else money. Don't seem like it.
...is tapped out from the whole Rogan experience. But let's take a look at other defense funds and how they've worked in the past. Karl Jobst versus Billy Mitchell. Many people, including Karl's closest friends, our closest fan base, have felt that this was very deceiving, that they were lied to. Now, of course, hindsight is 2020, and when you lose a major lawsuit,
I don't know about this case, but let's check it out because it's attached to
Billy Mitchell, then perhaps those fans are less happy than when they donated the money. So again, there was this idea of, is there two lawsuits? Is there one lawsuit? What is the lawsuit about? Is the lawsuit about Apollo Legend or is it about cheating? Well, every Karl Jobst video is about cheating. So, well, what was the legal defense fund about? Well, it turns out the lawsuit was about Apollo Legends and not about cheating. Here we have our good friend Dennins, having raised almost $60,000 of $100,000. But the interesting thing about Dennins is he previously raised money as a plaintiff side to sue Ethan Klein. And we'll talk about plaintiff side with Chibi Review soon enough. This money is not nearly enough to hire her.
Nah, Chibi. Is Chibi still out here in these streets? Is Chibi Review still out here? Just being as nasty as ever? Am I thinking of the same Chibi? Let me see. Yeah, that's him. That's a nasty bastard right there. Freak nasty. Over there drooling over cartoon kids. Literally. And they could post it to Shorty from Ben 10. I'm like, she was like 10 years old in that picture, my nigga. Like, what? Super young. You're wilding. Yeah, I don't rock with you.
For free, very expensive, very good attorneys. This money is going to run out or has already run out. Part of the problem with lawsuits in America is just how notoriously expensive they can be. And Dennins is not the same. In fact, I would guess that Dennins, having raised $40,000 to sue Ethan Klein for defamation, for accusing her of causing or promoting a child protective services to be called on Ethan's family, raised $46,000.
She did do that?
Yes, $46,000 was raised. Dennins TV was organizing this.
People would hate Ethan Klein that much? I hate him that damn much, bro.
Fundraiser. And yeah, this is another GoFund. Once you get addicted to GoFundMe's, like there's no stopping. We'll take a look at Chibi Reviews a little later. Frogan literally tells you in her GoFundMe that she will use this money not just for lawyers or legal fees, but also for bills and personal expenses. It literally says so on the GoFundMe. And this is why I have a problem.
Nigga, that's wild. That is wild. And people are actually donating to it. Y'all some suckers.
Problem with these lawsuit defense funds. Number one, the lawyers that they're hiring are going to be very incentivized to drain these funds. And then
I was gonna say, is this illegal? Because you're pretty much using like your lawsuit in order to raise money for you personally. Like you're blatantly milking it. That's nasty. I don't rock with that. Yeah, let's play that nasty song.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
Even more, here you have bills and personal expenses. So they're not even going to be great lawyers, in my opinion. They will be very expensive lawyers, but they won't be the lawyers that you actually need to go to war with, that are more attentive to your needs and your timeline. Look how bad, even with a billionaire not backing him, look how bad Karl Jobst's lawyers were. They were the worst I've ever seen. That's my opinion.
This nigga Chibi and people are actually donating. That's crazy. He got a GoFundMe for helping him move. I would never even think to do something like this, bro. This is Chibi Reviews, known as Jacob. At this point, I will keep this blunt. There's been many active discussions for attempts on my life. Niggas threaten me every day, bro. I got a famous rapper's ex-manager doxing my personal information and texting me in the morning. What? I didn't do a GoFundMe. Just texting me threats and shit. It's been discussion and attempts. These letters are being taken very seriously by authorities. At this moment, the situation is out of my hands. So you plan on moving? You think moving will change certain things? Moving on up? Get a luxury apartment? Like you George Jefferson? And people should pay for that?
Then you have Chibi Review. So this is his second GoFundMe. He's constantly, again, accused of doxed and all. It's really weird because like in his literal GoFundMes, you got to put your real name here because he's the one who created the GoFundMe and he's the one who receives the money. Then you have Casey Tron. Casey Tron's GoFundMe is now in the hands of Ethan Klein, whatever remains, but he raised $60,000 and settled relatively fast.
Who said people threaten to dig his brother's joint? Damn. Yeah, that is messed up. Don't get me wrong. But people say shit like that to me all the time. All the time. Shit, you should have seen when my grandmother passed away. People was losing their minds with the disrespect. Wilding out. My father passed away. People were saying the same shit. I never even thought to do a GoFundMe, raise funds at all. I do plan on eventually moving, but I never thought to even do a GoFundMe for it.
Inclined to believe that there was money left over in the GoFundMe, given the fact that she had freshly raised, I believe, another $8,000 from crying and her sister crying. Yeah, okay. And she raised money from stream donations as well.
That's her name?
Very bizarre, right? Very bizarre for your legal defense fund to go to the plaintiff to potentially fund more lawsuits. But that's Casey Tron in a nutshell. Casey Tron only cares about Casey Tron. And I don't have any problems with that, especially when somebody's being sued. But if you want a clear example of somebody who has stolen money from raising it on a platform called Give, Send, Go, similar to GoFundMe.
People threaten me all the time. I've showed footage of people pulling out like bankers. That's like a hood way of saying a certain type of thing. That I'm bleeping myself out because I want this video to be monetized. But pull out certain materials and things where they were threatening me on camera of what they gonna do to me, that they was gonna poke me up. I never did a GoFundMe. And mind you, I've been doxxed multiple times, so these people do have my address. So yeah, I don't know.
Chibi Reviews raised $17,000 to sue a Boruto fan that supposedly doxed him, even though Chibi Reviews doxed himself over and over again. Yeah. Could a legal defense fund just be straight up stolen? The answer is yes. And this is the man to do it. I mean, so again, I think legal defense funds are being misused. I think legal defense funds.
It's pretty weird. Pretty weird. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the hype button. Watch more videos.